Day. Why? Happy 2021.
Yay!
We survived 2020. Now it's got, now it can drink, right? It's 21. Got its age restrictions gone.
2020, but now it can drink.
Now
I
it can
think we're
drink.
in
Yeah, we're in trouble. So let's start off with you, Alicia. What's happening in 2021 with the QuickBooks side of this?
Well, as you can imagine, in the accounting world, 2021 January basically means that this becomes our high season where everybody starts getting ready for taxes. And so along those lines, I basically have two groups of people calling me up. One are the business owners who want to do their books correctly from the beginning of the year, and the other are the accountants and bookkeepers who want to run their 1099s and get their books ready for tax time. And so it's a pretty busy time.
Wow, that sounds like a lot.
It's a lot.
I don't envy you.
I like doing it, though, so it's okay with me.
So, okay, I envy you because you do what you love. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the Apple world, funny enough, there's not that much going on right now. It was so busy the end of the year with the M1 chip announcement and the iPhone 12 Pro or 12 mini announcement. All that stuff is in now. The only thing we're really dealing with in the Apple world is the fact that when you order something, it takes a month or two to get it. Their supply chain is having some struggles, and especially the iPhone 12. If you got a 512 gigabyte hard drive, they're not sending them to you. Orders are getting canceled and orders are being delayed.
Is that why I don't have my Christmas present yet?
No Christmas present for you. We ordered our iPhone 12 Pros a little while ago, and they're not shipping until January 13th. I ordered my new 13-inch MacBook Pro M1 chip MacBook Pro a month ago, and it's not coming until February 2nd or 3rd. So that's what we're dealing with, is just delays in the shipping. And somebody even in my happy hour this morning said they heard that part of it's just shipping from China. You know, it's really just, it's not necessarily they can't get them off the factory line fast enough. They can't get them shipped. So some COVID issues coming in with that.
Yeah, a lot of political issues, too. With
Let's
China.
not go there. Let's not talk politics here today.
I could talk about the PPP loan and the new China clause, but if you don't want me to go there,
go for it. Go ahead. If that is important. The PPP is very important.
Yeah. Well, right now there's some changes coming to the PPP forgiveness standards, and so if you haven't already filed, you still can hang on a little bit. Mostly, what I have to say about it is speculation, and so because it's ever changing every day. One thing is that they are saying that your expenses are tax deductible, and so you aren't going to wind up paying taxes on the forgiven loan. So that one's really nice. They are also coming up with a second round of PPP funding. A couple of the differences this time are that you have to demonstrate a 20% reduction in your revenue over last year. And another one is that you can't have any Chinese nationals in your company, on your board, or as any of your suppliers. Now, I don't know if I have that 100% accurate, but I do know that they are trying to put some of that into the legislation.
Well, hopefully somebody changes that after January 20th.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to set aside an entire country.
Yeah. Seems a little strange, but things are strange. Mm-hmm. Well, another thing that's happening that we're super excited about is New Year, new classes. So we are ready. For me, on the Apple side, with Big Sur coming out, Big Sur was a big change in the graphical user interface. Everything looks different. Menus are different. The dock is floating now. The sidebars are from top to bottom. So I'm actually going to re-record my entire curriculum with the new interface. Cool. So we are starting January 22nd with my Mac All the Basics, and it's Join Jamie Fridays. Every Friday at 10 a.m. I will be doing a class, and so we're going through all the Mac basics. We're going to do the file management course. After that, we're going into iPhones and iPads, all the basics, and then Siri and apps, the camera and the Photos app. And one class I think that people miss that's really great is iCloud, Apple IDs and iCloud, and syncing data, understanding how all that kind of stuff works. Once I get through that, I'm doing a mail, contacts, and calendars class. I'm doing a Safari, how to get organized with your bookmarks and what's the reading list and all that fun Safari stuff. And I got a couple classes coming at the end. There's more classes than that. My photos class is a two-day run. But at the end, I'm also doing preview for the first time. I've never taught the preview app, and I think people don't realize that, well, you have, but I haven't, right? People don't realize you can edit photos. You can annotate photos. You can make your own memes in preview.
You can sign documents with
you
preview.
can do a digital signature and sign PDFs, all sorts of fun stuff. And then another class that's that same day is system preferences. We're going to go into the settings or the system preferences of Mac OS and kind of show you where the settings are and show you something you maybe didn't know were there. I had control over that on my computer, so we're going to dig deep and do that. How about you, Allie? What's the classes coming up for you?
I have a lot of classes coming up. Some of it's pre-recording, just like you said, because the interface is always changing. I started off January with an introduction to bookkeeping and accounting for new business users. Next week, I'm talking about the 1099 wizard. There's something else that's new is for non-employee compensation, basically any of your subcontractors, the IRS saw fit to create a new form. So instead of doing 1099s, you're doing instead of doing 1099 MISC, there's now a 1099 NEC for non-employee compensation. So I'm going to be talking about how to do that. And so that's a week from Wednesday, because I do, like he does join Jamie Fridays, I do webinar Wednesdays. I'm doing a best practices in QBO. It's kind of a refresh of the workshop that I did for QuickBooks Connect back in October, where there's some typical mistakes that people make when using their QuickBooks. And if we can be proactive in helping you not make those mistakes, then you won't need any cleanup in your file, which will make you happy, your business, and your bookkeeper happy as well.
We like happy bookkeepers.
We love happy bookkeepers, for sure. I'm also doing a class at the end of January on tying up your books for the end of the year so that you can hand it off to your accountant. Because one thing when you start getting ready for your taxes, some accountants will actually look at your books and look at your numbers and make sure they're accurate before they file your taxes. But some accountants or CPAs just look at the reports that you give them, trusting that you have been on top of your books through the year. And so if you haven't gone through the double check steps, you may wind up paying too much in taxes. That there's ways that you can possibly overstate your income, and you absolutely want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So definitely check out royalwise.com to sign up for those classes.
Bookkeepers, yes. Taxes, no. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
Then in February, I'm veering a little bit. One of the requests that I've been getting a lot of is Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. And those are not courses that I've had in my library before. So I'm doing whole new classes on those that have never been there before. If any of you are subscribers to our business library, you're going to see new classes in your membership program.
And of course, we already have Word, Excel, and PowerPoint in our Office area, and we've got Pages, Numbers, and Keynote in our Apple area. Mm-hmm. And Google is the one that the kids are using in the distance learning these days, so we figured we better cover that too.
Yeah, exactly. Then I'm going to do a couple more weeks of QuickBooks Online hacks, and so those are little ways of gaming the system, little shortcuts and things that you might not know are there, so that you can shave seconds off of every task that you do, because those seconds add up to minutes, and those minutes add up to hours, and I could use every hour that I've got. So I love my QBO hacks class. And then I'm going to do what I'm calling next level accurate accounting, and so this is a little bit more of an intermediate or advanced accounting class where I talk about how to manage prepaid expenses, how to do inventory adjustments using $0 checks. And so, if these things that I'm saying go over your head, it might not be the right class for you. But if you're going, oh, wow, I would really love to know how to manage shareholder equity at the end of a year, this is the class for you. Yeah. And then, like Jamie said, I'm going to be bringing it home with some, I'm redoing my Microsoft Word classes. I'm doing a Word fundamentals class called Learn Word in 3 hours flat. And then I'm doing an intermediate Word class where we go into book formatting. So if you're work in an office and you do reports, or if you're a student and you write reports for classes, it's how to easily do your formatting for those. And then I'll be doing a class on QuickBooks Payments. That's the merchant services built in. And then the one that I'm super excited about is a brand new class that's not been in my system at all, payroll. So I'm going to be talking about how to use QuickBooks Online's full service payroll.
Wow.
That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot. But that is literally starting now in January and going all the way through March and April. So we've already got all those classes up and running. If you go to royalwise.com, click on the calendar up in the menu, you'll see the entire list of all the classes on the calendar, and you can get to each class to get in there and subscribe to them. And of course, if you get our newsletter, there's going to be links in those with all sorts of fun stuff going on. By the way, we had a great Christmas. I thought the holidays went really well. We ran a lot of specials and gave a lot of coupon codes out there so people could get a discount, and that was our gift to you. So we hopefully, if anybody was out there and got those coupon codes, they used them, right? So one other thing that's new, I don't know if we brought this up or not. What do you got?
I just want to say we have one more coupon code that is still good until tomorrow, and so we will put that in the comments down below, but it's one of our best specials so that you can get, I think it's a discount on all of our memberships, where you get to take all of the videos and watch all of our courses.
And that's the one I was going to talk about. We have a new subscription, a new membership called the OWLS membership, which gives you access to everything in our library, the QuickBooks side of things, the Apple side of things, and the business productivity side of things. So you can actually get all of those available to you on one subscription. So that's new to us, and hopefully some of you guys might be interested in doing that. Awesome. Anything else?
Well, that's good for me.
I think that's enough. Wow, that was great. Well, 2021 is off to a good start. Super excited to have these new courses coming up so that everybody can see the new interfaces and learn some new tips and tricks. And with that, thanks for visiting us here live in the Owl's Nest.
All right, and I'll see you in class.